What's going on, people, and welcome back to another video. Today we are mixing a freestyle, just two stems. Well, there's a few more stems than two because I've split it into parts, but basically two stems. One's the beat, one's the vocals. Sometimes less is more, but oftentimes it's actually harder when you've got less to work with, especially when we're talking beats. And this is a prime example because this beat, the quality isn't great. But let me play you the song so you can hear, and then we'll get down into what I did to mix the track.
It's in my blood, I do it for my next of kin. I praise M's if I ever sign a thing, I'm still the hardest out. What's it gonna take? Take me in, fingerprints on that thing, we live the life full of sin. Ask my brother, oh, what you know, that's my twin. Where I'm from, they don't swing, that's an arm and a limb. Sad story, someone grabbed the violin, I pray that God will make it rain and fill my cup to the brim.
Now, if you're a Patreon subscriber, then you're probably thinking this sounds a bit different to what we heard. Yes, because the artist actually redid his vocals. And that's going to be something you're going to have to be able to deal with if you're getting into this professionally. Sometimes you'll spend hours mixing a vocal for the artist to then say, do you know what? I want to redo it. And then you have to mix it all again. But no biggie. So let's get into it. Now, the main problem I had with this track is the beat has zero high end. It's very kind of muffled. It's not great. So the vocals just was sounding so sibilant and shiny compared to the beat. But no, nevertheless, let's look into exactly what I've got here on the vocal chain. So we've got the virtual channel, as always, and we've got the Poig Child 670. So let's see what this is doing.
It's in my blood, I do it for my next of kin. I praise M's if I ever sign a thing, I'm still the hardest out. What's it gonna take? Take me in, fingerprints on that thing, we live the life full of sin.
So we're doing -5 decibels of gain reduction there. We just wanted to round off the vocals a little bit. We've got kind of a slow attack, so it's making the vocals quite kind of attack the beat a little bit. It's a bit more in your face than maybe what I usually have as a first compressor, but again, I wanted to try something different because this is meant to be a freestyle. I kind of wanted it to be a little bit my thought process, and again, and this isn't me, this isn't just like just me trying to advertise the Patreon, but if you watch me mix this on the Patreon, you'll agree, like, it sounded low quality. So in the end, I kind of just felt, you know what, it's a freestyle, let me play into the kind of rushed, rough around the edges sound. That's why there's a lot of reverb on there, which we'll get into in a minute. But next up, we got the Deesser. Normal stuff. The frequency is 4K 4.6. My eyes are bad, sorry. Oddly enough, just coming off of the topic a little bit, I was messing around with the SSL plugins a little bit today, and the Deesser in the SSL bundle, the kind of subscription that they've got, is good. I'm going to do a video on the SSL bundle after this video, but the Deesser in it is very good. I may have to purchase it separately. I just wanted to do a little bump here at 100 hertz. This might have been before he re-recorded the vocals and I just didn't take it off, because before the vocals were done somewhere else and they were just lacking something, some body. And then we re-recorded it here at my studio. And I think I just left that on because maybe I just like the way it sounded. So there's that, just a little bit of a bump. Let me show you exactly what that frequency is actually.
It's in my blood, I do it for my next of kin. I praise M's if I ever sign a thing, I'm still the hardest out. What's it gonna take? Take me in, fingerprints on that thing, we live the life full of sin.
It's just kind of like that, I don't know, it's almost like the sound, the chesty sound, you know, you don't, so for example, 200 hertz, don't usually like that, that's not usually good, and then the mud down here isn't great, but that sweet spot in between those two, really good for rap vocals. If you can find your sweet spot when you're mixing, it's usually around 90 to 100 hertz. There are some plugins. I love the SSL Fusion for that. It's got the Violet EQ on the SSL Fusion has a really nice sweet spot in that kind of region there. But when you just want a little bit of body in your vocals, that's my go-to kind of bump to do, 100 hertz. We've got an SSL compressor.
It's in my blood, I do it for my next of kin. I praise M's if I ever sign a thing, I'm still the hardest out. What's it gonna take? Take me in, fingerprints on that thing, we live the life full of sin.
Again, quite a slow attack, fast release thing going on. We just got them vocals really attacking the beat. We just wanted them to pop a little bit. The beat is just so kind of muffled that we just want our vocals to just dance in those high frequencies. I sound like I'm talking like what's my man from Art Attack? Can't remember. Anyway, we got the spiff here, getting rid of some mouth clicks. It's the preset here that I always use, remove mouth clicks, and then also a de-esser.
Sad story, someone grabbed the violin. I pray that God will make it rain and fill my cup to the brim. Now we're blowing through the wind. Bonnie call me Clyde.
And I think you'll agree, less is more. Like, that sounds good. Like, I don't need to do much else. But yeah, it really was just a matter of the beat. After I kind of got that little basis there, and again, this is just meant to be a freestyle, so we don't want it to be too shiny. We don't want it to be too perfect, but the beat really was giving me some issues. And again, shout out to the Patreon subscribers, because you saw me battling with this beat. I even did like some automation on the EQ here.
Many times I had to face battle, and with some brothers that were really in the field, out here looking for a kill, long dotty like they chase cattle, and if they light up the street. And
that is the vocals. So the vocal sample in the beat was just so overpowering, especially in the old vocals that were recorded somewhere else. The vocals were just getting lost. So I automated this band here just so to try and tame that sample a little bit, turn it down. As you can see, it's in the mid mode.
Many times I had to face battle, and with some brothers that were really in the field, out here looking for a kill, long dotty like they chase cattle, and if they light up the street, it'll be a dark day.
Little tricks like that. When you're working with the 2-track, little tricks like that are really going to be a big help. I'm not going to go too much into what I did with the beat. I've done a video on it before with how I kind of make 2-track instrumentals sound a little bit more interesting. But after that, we do have a little throw delay there, which I'm probably not going to get into either. We've got all vocals, virtual mix bus, another de-esser, and a room reverb. Now, I love this drum air preset on the room reverb. I use it on all my vocals. Let me turn it up so you can hear exactly what it sounds like.
I'm due to make a killing, living legend in the flesh. You want a proof? They shot at me and missed, and I've been stabbed at, but I'm blessed. They try to send a curse, but I'm Chris.
And I feel like that just places the vocals a little bit more, and it just sounds a little bit less dead. Just so that to make it sound less like it was just in a tiny little vocal booth, which it was, but it just gives it a little bit more depth and makes the vocals sound a little bit more interesting, in my opinion. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this mix. Again, the reason why I wanted to do this video is just to stress, like, one, you're gonna have beats sometimes that are just gonna be terrible. The quality are gonna be terrible, and also you're gonna have times when you've literally got, so these are the old vocals, these are the new ones, but these are the old vocals. It's just one stem, and you're gonna get tracks like that, and you're gonna think, oh, this is gonna be easy, but sometimes it's more hard, it's more difficult to mix when you've got less stems, because you're trying to make it sound interesting. You're trying to do all of these tricks to make it sound like interesting and big and wide, but sometimes you just need to just step back and say, do you know what, I need to play into the fact that it's a simple track. It's a freestyle. I don't need to be doing have all the bells and whistles, not all the time. But I think the main little trick to take away from this video is probably going to be that automation there.
Battle, and with some brothers that were really in the field, out here looking for a kill, long dotty like they chase cattle, and if they light up the street, it'll be a dark. Yeah.
Effects. Did I have what reverb am I using? Is it the same as always? Let's see. So verb 2 and verb 3. Yeah, it's the same as always. I've not changed my reverb in so long. I've kind of just found these reverbs that I like, and I just use them. We've got the Josh plate there. Again though, I was messing around with them SSL plugins, and the reverb Sounds good. It sounds good. I won't lie. I can't have any more subscriptions though, man. I've already got the Slate one, and I just got rid of the plugin Alliance one. I'm trying to just keep to that. I wish it could just pay off the bloody Slate one as well. The amount of money I've given to them in subscriptions. But yeah, that's pretty much the video for you guys. Just a short one, really. Yeah, if you saw my video last week, or whenever that video went out about my Patreon, if you want to support me in any way, then check out that Patreon. This was a little bit of a tester for Patreon, but the video of me mixing this song from scratch is on there. I'm going to do a SSL video next, and it's going to be the same kind of deal. The full mix of that will be going on the Patreon, and then we'll do a breakdown after for the YouTube man then. But yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. You've been giving me a lot of good feedback recently. Please keep that coming, because it helps me keep making these videos better and better. And it also gives me the encouragement to keep making these videos. And I will see you in the next one. Drop a like, drop a subscribe if you haven't already. And peace.